Welcome to my channel. I hope you like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet these baby shoes, baby boots, or cuffed shoes for baby boys and girls between 6 and 9 months old. They're super easy to make, so I hope you like them. Now, I made these little booties to match the little set that I showed you already in my channel. Down here in the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you the link, which includes the baby coat or jacket with the little pants, hat, and matching baby blanket. Now, like I said, these little booties are for 6 to 9 months, but you can easily make them smaller or bigger. In the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you some information. And as always, if you prefer a written pattern or would like to purchase some mystery yarn bags, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop in the information box below. Thank you so much for your support. Now, to make these baby booties, this is the yarn that I used. I used Paintbox yarns, DK weight. You can also use any number 3 yarn or a ply. Now, you're going to need a total of 22 grams for each one of the booties, 15 grams in blue and about 7 grams in white. Keep in mind that you may need less or more depending on the size that you're making. Okay, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe, activate the notifications bell to all notifications so that YouTube can recommend my videos. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this DK weight yarn. You can also use any number 3 yarn or a ply. Now, at the beginning of the video, I showed you the yarn that I used, and I told you how much yarn you're going to need for the size that we're making. So here, to begin, the first thing that we need to do is we need to make our chain. I have a total of 18 chains here. So to begin with the first row, into the third chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, into this third chain here, I'm going to make a half double crochet. Now, these 2 chains that are left here do not count as a stitch. We're only going to count the half double crochets that we're going to make here. So in total, for this side, I'm going to make 15 half double crochets, and make sure to only go through the top loop of the chain. So this loop here. Once we finish this side, we're going to come back along the other side into this loop and work the other side. So continue until you have 15 half double crochets. So here I have 2, 4, 15. I have 15 half double crochets. Now I have the last chain. Into this last chain here, you're going to make 7 half double crochets, all in that one chain. So insert your hook and make your first half double crochet. That's 1, 7. I have 7 half double crochets. Now continue along the other side of the chain. So right here, and insert your hook through this chain stitch right here. Here I'm going to make a half double crochet and continue along this side until I have 15 half double crochets as well. I'll meet you right here to show you how we're going to work the center here at the end. I finished making these 15 half double crochets along this other side. Now into the next chain here. Remember, here at the beginning we left 2 chains because we started on the 3rd chain from the hook, so we left 2 chains here. So into this next chain right here, insert your hook, and here we're going to make a total of 7 half double crochets. So that's 1, 7 half double crochets. Now to finish the row, we're going to go on top of the first half double crochet, and we're going to join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this first row. At the end of this row, you should have a total of 44 half double crochets. We have 15 half double crochets along this side, 15 half double crochets along this side, and then here for the center part we have 7 and then 7 here at this other end. So that's a total of 44 half double crochets. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 2. These 2 chains do not count. beginning into this first stitch, which is the same one that we joined to, make a double crochet. Here I'm going to make a total of 15 double crochets. I have 1, into the next half double crochet, make a double crochet, that's 2, 15. I have 15 double crochets along this side. Now we have the next 7 half double crochets. So into each one of these half double crochets for this center part here, I'm going to make 2 double crochets, so that once I finish this part, I have 14 double crochets. So beginning into the next half double crochet, make 2 double crochets. Into the next, make 2. That's 3 and 4. $13 and $14. There, I have 14 double crochets here. So now I'm going to continue and make 1 double crochet into the next 15 half double crochet. So beginning into the next, make 1, into the next, that's 2, and so on until you have 15 double crochets. I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to work these center stitches. I finished making these 15 double crochets along this side. Now I have 7 stitches left. Into each one of these stitches here, I'm going to make 2 double crochets. So beginning into the next, make 2 double crochets. Into the next, that's 3, 4, 13 and 14. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet, not to change the double crochet through both loops, insert your hook and join with a slip stitch. And here is the second row. At the end of this second row, you should have a total of 58 double crochets. We have 15 along this side, then we have 14, 15 along this other side, and 14. So that's a total of 58 double crochets. So now this part here is done. So what you're going to do next is you're going to make 3 more pieces exactly in the same way. I already have 1 here, so I just need to make 2 more. Each booty is going to have 2 pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to make 2 more pieces, and I'm going to do it exactly in the same way as I showed you here, these 2 rows. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. I finished making these 4 pieces, so each booty is going to have 2 pieces, and this part here is going to be the sole. It's measuring from here up to here. Each sole is measuring about 11.5 centimeters, which is about 4.5 inches. And let's see, the width, it's about 4 centimeters, which is a little bit over 1.5 inches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place these 2 pieces back to back like this, and we're going to find the center here of these 14 stitches. So all we need to do is find the 14 stitches. Here's the first stitch that has 2, so we're going to count 2, 4, 6, 7, and between the 7th and the 8th stitch, which is the center, insert a stitch marker there, and then the same thing for this second piece. We have 2, 4, 6, 7. Between the 7th and the 8th, insert your stitch marker there, and we're going to repeat the same thing here on this other end. So same thing, count, let's see, 2, 2, 4, 6, 7. Insert your stitch marker, and 2, 4, 6, 7. There. So this side here has 29 stitches, and this side here has 29. Now I'm going to use this blue yarn. So I'm going to go right here, right into this first stitch after the stitch marker. So insert your hook on this side and insert your hook on the second piece. Now grab a loop here, bring it through. This yarn here is also DK weight yarn. Now chain 2. Here to join both pieces, all you're going to do is go into each one of the stitches through both pieces and make a double crochet. Beginning into this first one, make a double crochet. The 2 chains do not count. And then into the next 2, make a double crochet into the next 2, and so on. Here, once we finish this part, we're going to be left with 58 double crochets. So continue like this, finish joining both pieces, and then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this first row. This is where I joined both pieces. I have 58 double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the first row. Now I don't need the stitch marker anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. From here on, this is going to be the back side of the baby booty, and this here is going to be the front. So for the second row, we're going to chain 2 and right into the same stitch where we joined, make a double crochet. For this second row, all we're going to do is 1 double crochet for each double crochet all around, so that at the end of this second row, we also have 58 double crochets. Now continue, finish this second row. I'll meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of the second row. I have 58 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this second row. Now in the third row, this is what we're going to do. We're going to place some stitch marker. Now before we start on the third row, we need to place some stitch markers. Here we're going to mark 15 double crochets. For the front, we're going to mark 28, and here on this other side, we're going to mark 15 double crochets. So 15, 15, 28. So to do this third row, this is what we're going to do. We're going to chain 2. Remember, the 2 chains never count. And right into the same stitch that we joined, which is the first double crochet, make a double crochet and make 1 double crochet on each one of these next 15 double crochets for this side. So here I have 4, 15 double crochets. Now into the next 28 double crochets, which is for the front, we're going to work double crochet 2 together. So beginning into the next 2, which are the stitches after the stitch marker, insert your hook, but first yarn over, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. So here's the first double crochet decrease. This stitch here counts as 1 double crochet. Now repeat the same thing into the next 2 double crochets. Here's the second double crochet decrease, and this is how I'm going to continue all around for this front part. That's 3, and into the last 2. That's 14. So here's the front of the booty. So for the front, you should be left with 14 stitches. Now we're going to continue and make 1 double crochet for each one of these 15 double crochets until we finish the third row. I'll meet you here at the end. I finished making these last 15 double crochets, so at the end of this third row I have a total of 44 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for row 4, we're going to move our stitch markers. I already did, so here we're going to mark 14 stitches, then for the front we're going to mark 16, and then for this other side we're going to mark 14 stitches. So 14, 14, here for the front, 16. So now for the fourth row, I'm going to chain 2 and right into the same stitch of the first double crochet, which is the same we joined, make a double crochet, and here I'm going to make a total of 14 double crochets. So that's 3, 14. I have 14 double crochets for this side. Now into the next 16 stitches, I'm going to work a double crochet decrease. So into the next double crochet, which is a stitch after the stitch marker, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook. Into the next, grab a loop, take 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook, close. Here's the first double crochet decrease. And this is how I'm going to continue here for the front. Now into the next 2, same thing. Double crochet decrease. So that's 2. And into the last 2, 8. And here's the front. So for the front you should have 8 stitches now. Now continue and make 1 double crochet for each one of these remaining 14 stitches, and I will meet you here at the end of this 4th row. I'm here at the end of this 4th row. Now to finish, just go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the 4th row. Now at the end of this row you should have 36 double crochets. We have 14 along this side, we have 8 for the front, and then 14 for the side. Now for the 5th row, we're going to chain 2. In this 5th row, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work these 14 stitches, then I'm going to make a decrease here at the beginning, work the center stitches, and then make a decrease here at the end of the front, and then continue and work the next 14 stitches. So let me show you. Here we're going to make a double crochet into the same stitch that we joined, and then a double crochet into the next until I have 14. So that's 2, 3, 14. I have 14 double crochets for this side. Now I have the next 8 stitches for the front. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now here at the beginning, into these next 2 stitches, I'm going to work a double crochet decrease. So yarn over, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now into these next 4 stitches, I'm just going to make 1 double crochet on each one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now into the next 2, work a double crochet decrease. So here for the front there should only be 6 stitches. 2, 4, 6. Now continue along and make 1 double crochet for each one of these last 14 double crochets until you finish the 5th row. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this 5th row. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this 5th row. At the end of this row, you should have a total of 34 double crochets. We had 14, then 6, and 14. So that's a total of 34 stitches. Now for row 6, this is what we're going to do. We're going to chain 2. Now beginning into this first double crochet, which is the first one that we joined to, make a front post double crochet. Now into the next, make a back post double crochet, front post double crochet into the next, and so on. For this row, this is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to work front post and back post double crochets. At the end of this 6th row, I'm also going to have 34 stitches. So continue. I'll meet you at the end of this 6th row. I'm here at the end of this 6th row. In this row I did front post and back post double crochets. I have a total of 34 stitches. Now to finish, go on top of the first stitch and join with a slip stitch. Now if you want to change yarn color, you can do it here. For this part, it's going to look like this. I'm going to do mine all in one color. So to continue with the 7th row, I'm going to chain 2. In this row, I'm going to make half double crochets all around, and I'm going to increase 6 more stitches so that at the end of this 7th row I end up with 40 stitches. So this is how I'm going to increase. I'm going to make my first half double crochet into this first double crochet. In total I'm going to make 4. That's 2, 3, 4. Now into the 5th, I'm going to make my increase, so make 2 half double crochets here. Again, make 4 half double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th, make your increase. And this is how I'm going to continue all around up to the last 4 stitches. I will meet you right here 4 stitches before I finish to show you how we're going to finish this 7th row. I'm here at the end of this 7th row. In this row we have done half double crochets all around and we have increased. Now up to here I have 36 half double crochets and here's my last increase. Now I have 4 stitches left. Into these last 4 double crochets, make 1 half double crochet. Now I have 40 half double crochets to finish this 7th row. Go on top of the first half double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this 7th row with a total of 40 half double crochets. Now for the 8th row, we're going to chain 3. Now in this row, we're going to begin our pattern for the top of the baby booty. This is the pattern that I'm going to use, is the spike granny stitch or the lily of the valley stitch. So here into this first half double crochet, which is the same one we joined to, make 2 more double crochets. Now with the 3 chains plus the 2, I have 3 double crochets here. Now skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Again, skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th, make 3 double crochets. This is how we're going to work this 8th row. So continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of this 8th row. In this row we did these shells, which consist of 3 double crochets. Up to here I have 10 shells and I have the last 3 half double crochets. I'm going to skip these stitches and I'm going to go right here where we have the 3 chains. So onto the 3rd chain I'm going to join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the 8th row with a total of 10 shells. Now for the 2nd row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now these 3 chains counts as the first double crochet. In this row, we're going to repeat the same thing. We're going to make these shells, but the 2nd double crochet is the spike double crochet. So here, to make the 2nd double crochet here at the beginning, I'm going to go down 2 rows. 1, 2. This is the 7th row. This is where I did half double crochet. So into the middle stitch, which is the 2nd half double crochet, insert your hook and make this long double crochet. This is the spike double crochet. Now right next to it, make your 3rd double crochet. So here's the first shell. Now between the next 2 shells, make a double crochet, go to the 7th row below and into the middle half double crochet, make your spike double crochet, and next to it make your 3rd double crochet. Again, between the next 2 shells, make a double crochet, go to the row below, in this case it's the 7th row, into the middle stitch, make a spike double crochet, and then a double crochet. One more time, between the next 2, make a double crochet, go down to the 7th row, into the middle stitch, which is the 2nd double crochet, make your spike double crochet, and right next to it, make your 3rd double crochet. And this is how you're going to continue all around for this 9th row. So continue. I'll meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of this 9th row. Now at the end of this row, I have 10 of these shells to finish. We're going to go here to the beginning where we have the 3 chains, and right into the 3rd chain, we're going to join with a slip stitch. Now for row 10, we're going to chain 3 and turn. In this row, we're going to repeat the same thing. We have the first double crochet, so now go down 2 rows, which is in this case the 8th row. We have these 3 double crochets, and right in the center, which is the 2nd double crochet, insert your hook and make your spike double crochet, and right next to it, make your 3rd double crochet. Again, between the next 2, make a double crochet, go down 2 rows, which is the 8th row, and right into the middle here, the 2nd double crochet of this shell, make your spike double crochet, and right next to it, your 3rd double crochet. And this is all we're going to do here for this part. Double crochet, go down to the 8th row, make your spike double crochet, double crochet, and so on. Continue like this all around. I'll meet you at the end of this 10th row. I'm here at the end of this 10th row. I have 10 shells to finish. You always go here into the 3rd chain at the beginning and join with a slip stitch. Now from here on, we're just going to continue and repeat this row. We're going to do this for row 11, 12, and 13. So 3 more rows. So to start you off here, you're going to always chain 3 and turn. Now we have the first double crochet. These 3 chains counts as the first double crochet for the first shell, and then you're going to go down 2 rows. This is the 10th row, so go down to the 9th row and right into the 2nd double crochet, which is the middle stitch here. Make your spike double crochet. Right next to it, make a double crochet. Between the next 2 shells, make a double crochet. Go down 2 rows, so into the 9th row, into the middle stitch, make your spike double crochet, and right next to it make your 3rd double crochet. And this is all I'm going to do for this 11th row, which is exactly the same thing we did in the 10th row. So continue, finish this row. To finish, you're just going to go right here into the 3rd chain, join with a slip stitch, chain 3, turn, and then repeat the same thing for row 12 and 13. So finish this part and then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of the 13th row. I have 10 shells. To finish is join to the beginning with a slip stitch. Now what I'm going to do next is 1 row of half double crochets all around. What you can do is you can continue with the same color. All you're going to do is just chain 2, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change yarn color. I'm going to switch to the white yarn so that it combines with the bottom of the booty. So cut your yarn, pass your yarn through this last loop, and with the white yarn here, insert your hook into this same stitch, which is the 3 chains, and this row is going to be worked from the wrong side out. So now grab a loop here, chain 2. Now right into this first stitch, which is the same stitch that we joined to, make a half double crochet. Now half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then 3 half double crochets here for the next shell. So 1 half double crochet for each double crochet, like this, so that at the end of this 14th row you are going to be left with a total of 30 half double crochets. Now make sure that these half double crochets are nice and loose so that this part here is not too tight around the baby's foot. So this is how I'm going to continue for the 14th row. Continue, I'll meet you here at the end. I finished making this last row. Here at the end, I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop, and then I just hid all my ends. So these baby booties, boots, or cuffed shoes are all done. This is how it looks. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this stitch pattern. Now stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and do the girl version of this little set. The baby booties are made to match this little set that I already showed you in my channel, which includes the little jacket, the little pants, the hat, and the matching baby blanket. In the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you the link for those tutorials. So here are the baby booties. Now you can also fold the cuff like this and wear the booties like this, and then just in the middle here where we have the rows of front post and back post double crochets, you can just weave a ribbon. This is the ribbon that I used. It's 1/4 of an inch, and then I just went ahead and attached these little buttons. These are puppy buttons, and make sure that you attach them really good with some thread and needle, and you can do it that way or you can do it like this. For this one here, I chained 85 chains, and then at the ends here I just did these little pom-poms. For the little pom-poms, all you do is just wrap yarn around your fingers, I don't know, 20-30 times. Make sure that they're the same size, and then you just tie it and then shape the little pom-poms. That's how I did mine, and then just attach them to the end here of the chain with a little bit of the yarn that was left when I started my chain on both sides. So you can do it like this. I actually like this version. I don't know why. I think it's very simple and very practical. So here are the baby booties. They're all done. And these here are for 6 to 9 months, just like the little set that I showed you. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.